Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we are going to be going in depth on some very interesting new information regarding the release date of the next-gen version of SnowRunner, as well as some very interesting information about the public test server for Phase 7, which is hopefully at this point right around the corner. Now, before we dive into any of that info, though, I do want to go ahead and let you guys know that the map that we are on right now is called Cascade Springs, and it is available on both PC and consoles, and the truck that we are driving is Frog's new Ford Raptor, which is available through his Patreon, which I will have linked in the description box down below, as well as a link to this map itself on mod.io. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and fire the truck up, get out on the trail, and let's dive into the next-gen version of SnowRunner first. Thing sounds really, really good, too. Now, as far as the next-gen version of SnowRunner goes, what ended up happening, and I will put this up on the screen right now, is that some information came out on GameStop's website, of all things. Now, as you can see right here with the Xbox Series X version, it actually says that it will be releasing on the 31st of May. Now, these release dates that end up getting put out there by game stores are not always the most accurate, so keep that in mind when you're looking at this, because that particular release date has not been officially announced or confirmed by the developer team. So once again, keep that in mind and take this release date with a grain of salt, because it was put out there by GameStop, not the official developers. Now, it could be accurate, although it also could not be. We'll have to wait and see in terms of that. Now, the interesting thing, or one of the interesting things that the page also said, or also talked about, was the fact that the next-gen version of SnowRunner was going to feature 4K res at 60 FPS, which is pretty wild. I mean, as far as next-gen consoles go, that's not necessarily a huge deal. I mean, 4K 60 FPS is kind of common on a lot of the main, headlining titles on next-gen consoles now. But really, when you think about SnowRunner running at 4K 60 FPS on a next-gen console, that to me, I mean, that's properly exciting. Let's see if we can squeeze this Raptor through here. That right there, by the way, mad props to RockRunner when he made this obstacle, because that obstacle is so incredibly realistic in terms of obstacles that you would see on real-world trails. Top-notch work on that one. Now, back to the next-gen version of SnowRunner. Now, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are playing or have been playing SnowRunner on a next-gen console, like, for example, a PS5 or a Xbox Series X, and you're excited for the release of the next-gen version. Now, it also did say on GameStop's website that this next-gen version would have a price, or at least it currently says that it would have a price of $40 US, aka, well, basically $39.99. And let me know what you guys think about that as well. Let me know if you guys think that that's the right price point for a next-gen version of SnowRunner to be. Now, one of the things I'm personally hoping to see in the next-gen version of SnowRunner, especially on, PS5 and Xbox Series X, is I'm hoping to see some further improvements to the RAM limit, because on the next-gen consoles, they can't necessarily take full advantage of the extra RAM that those next-gen consoles have right now while they're using mods in SnowRunner because of the current mod limit. Now, obviously, the PS5 and the Series X are going to be able to run more mods than the older consoles, but oddly enough, the Xbox Series X can run a good amount more mods than the PS5 can, and we've seen that through comparisons that not only I have personally heard from viewers out there in the comments, but people having actual discussions about that topic in Discord and things like that. Because, there have been multiple cases where an Xbox Series X player has been able to run, I mean, myself included, on Xbox Series X, I can run probably about, I don't know, like 15, 20 mods at the same time, whereas some PS5 players can run maybe 5 mods at once, and that's about it. Now, once again, just to clarify though for you guys, the footage that you are seeing right now is being played on PC, just with the use of an Xbox controller. But I still do flip-flop back and forth between the PC version of the game and the Xbox Series X. I say Xbox Series X, playing the game on Xbox, but it's not the next-gen version just yet, because the Xbox Series X is pretty much only playing the version for the last gen consoles at the present moment in time, which of course will change once the next gen version releases. So once again, let me know what you are excited about, or what you are interested in, or what you are hoping for in terms of that next gen version when it releases in the comment section down below. Now, let's talk about a couple more things in regards to the PTS. Now, one of the developers in the official SnowRunner Discord was recently discussing how the server migration had been completed, and now they are prepping the public test server build for Phase 7. And he made it clear that he wanted to get, or that they wanted to get everything prepped in such a way as to not spoil any, any further releases in the game. So they wanted to make sure that the build was prepped properly before releasing it out to the public. Now, here's the thing. I'm very curious to see what happens when they put this build out there, this PTS build out there, because, there's always going to be certain things when they release a PTS build. Wow, this is very steep. But there's always going to be certain things when they release a PTS build that people are going to be like, whoa, holy crap, that's completely new. I've never seen that before, and that's a huge deal. But it always varies from season to season, right? Some seasons have been known to bring more new features than others. I remember one of the biggest seasons for me personally was the season that released the Yukon, because I just loved that map. That map was absolutely incredible. Let's see if we can get some speed at this. Let's go! Let's go! Come on! Oh, it's not feeling it, dude. Well, maybe. It is so steep. I mean, look at this from the side. This hill climb is so incredibly steep. I'm gonna have to give it just a little bit of a pull of the winch, but man, the more I drive around this map, the more these realistic trails are absolutely freaking gorgeous, and I cannot say enough good things about the amazing work that RockRunner put into this map. If you haven't been out on this map yet and you enjoy a good realistic trail ride, bro, absolutely head out here immediately. And not only that, this map is optimized so incredibly well, because look how amazingly smooth it all runs. I mean, I have not had a single frame dip at all while being out here on this map. But back to the previous topic. Now, like I said before, one of the devs actually stated in the official Discord server that the server migration had been completed and they are now prepping the build. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it will be coming this week, but who knows? We could see it very soon. We could see it in the coming week. I don't think it'll be any further out than like a week or so. But again, I'm also kind of, ballparking that estimation based on the fact that sometimes we've seen in the past where they'll say, well, we're getting close, and people will be like, oh my god, it's coming out in the next couple of days, and then they're like, easy there, it's gonna be a few weeks. So I don't think it's gonna be more than a week, but I do think, we should definitely start to get excited about the fact that the public test server for Phase 7 or Season 7 is literally right around the corner. And I am particularly excited about it because not only are we hoping to see Tennessee, but we're also hoping to see a lot more competitive driving focused elements, of course, in line with all of the delivery elements that we know and love about this game. And I'm really hoping that a lot of the competitive driving elements first have to be unlocked through building and delivering, right? Like, let's say, for example, Season 7 featured maybe a racetrack, and let's say maybe you had to build the racetrack or build the facilities around the racetrack before the racetrack could be used. That would be such an incredible progression, and I think it'd be an amazing way for them to take advantage of both the competitive driving elements of the game and the delivery elements of the game. So let me know how you think they should set that up and how you think they should really put both of those elements to use together in the comment section down below, because I know that a lot of us have, a lot of us have similar opinions about the way we would like to see that done, and some of us have differing opinions. And I honestly love that, though, because that means that we literally all have, a slightly different point of view on how the game could be put together. And really what ends up coming out of that is like all of these different ideas come together and then make the game essentially better. You know what I mean? Like, all of our different opinions on what this game can and should be, when they all come together like that, I think it really is kind of a cool thing, because, I end up seeing things in the comments all the time that I'm like, wow, I never thought of that, but that's an absolutely amazing idea, and I would love to see it happen. Same with Same with when I'm talking to other, other mod creators in the community, or just other people that have been playing the game for a long time. I really think that it's such a cool way to be able to look at the game, especially in a community like the one that we have. So once again, let me know your thoughts on any of the things that we talked about in the comment section down below. I would really be curious to know any and all of your thoughts and opinions. We're getting close now, guys. We're getting close to the release of the PTS of Season 7. We don't have, obviously, a release date of the PTS yet because they usually just drop it. They don't usually give a release date for the PTS itself. But also, I'm really curious to find out if the release date that GameStop shared of the next-gen version of SnowRunner is actually accurate, or if that was something that they just kind of put there as a placeholder that was subject to change. I don't know. We will have to wait and see. But with that all being said and done, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave any thoughts and opinions that you may have in the comment section down below. And if you're new around here and you would like to stay up to date and see more, make sure you subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later. Hope you guys enjoyed.